Hi, my name is Liz Hathway and this is my astrological look at the week ahead. So we've got a really great fiery start to the week with the moon in Leo. It's trining the sun, it's trining all the planets in Aries at the beginning of the week. Fire is very driven, it's got a lot of guts, it dares to excel, it dares to take risks. And especially the Aries planets, we have Sun and Mercury and Venus and Uranus all in Aries at the moment. So this makes me think of, Aries is very inspirational. Aries likes to initiate things. It kind of lights the spark. It sets things in motion. But it's not a great, normally the problem with Aries is it has a shorter attention span. It likes the energy of things that are new, it likes to initiate, it likes to inspire, it likes to run ahead of the pack in many ways. But this whole thing of stay in power and sticking with it, this is not a really strong Aries trait of itself. Aries energy will kind of taper off. It's more like bursts of energy, and then certainly if things take too long or if there's too much resistance, normally Aries will try and fire up new ways of approaching things. It's very much the energy of what's fresh and new, and it's very much the spring energy, really. But at the moment though, we've got, on the one hand side, we've got all this sort of Aries energy, which is very go-get. It's very wants to take risks. But on the other side at the moment, we've got, contrast to the fire group, we've got this earthy group of, for example, Mars, Saturn and Pluto all in Capricorn. Now these are much more slow moving planets. This is much more, in a way, powerful, but in a sustained way. Earth has staying power, Earth has patience, Earth knows that, to foster life, you can't force the grass to grow, things take time. And Earth is a lot of what I call kind of dogged determinism, certainly with Mars, Saturn and Pluto. This is in it to win it, in it for the long term. This is a sort of fight to the death quality to it. And we should remember that all of the Aries planets at the moment are ruled by Mars in Capricorn, grouping up now with Saturn and then moving in between Saturn and Pluto, which are these two kind of planets that are corporate, that are big business, that are, as I said, they're in it to win it. They can pull in lawyers, they've got clout, they've got, all kinds of secret agencies. There's an amassed power in these two planets. And then on the other side, we've got this very fiery, inspirational, certainly we've got like on, for example, on Tuesday, if you look at the moon in Leo, it's trine in the sun, it's conjunct with the North Node, it's trine Mercury, this is moon. But these are all much slower moving planets, and what they're running into and what they're up against is this group of three, which in some ways, you've got Mars as kind of the military, Saturn is the administration, if you like, the organization, and then Pluto, which is the invisible hand, which is playing things, in a way that's not very easy, as I said last week, to always put your finger on. So this is a kind of these two groups, with them all being in Aries, Mars ruled. There's this is a real powerhouse in many respects. And for us personally, as I say, it gives that dogged determinism. It extends the sort of Aries lack of staying power. It pushes that up a bit so that it holds on and keeps on point, and really makes sure the fire is lit before moving on. So there's a lot of potential in many ways in this this kind of conflict in square, because they're in square. Capricorn and Aries are signs, they're square to each other, so that tension generates heat and power and resistance and inwardness. Capricorn's very inward, and this is all change promoting in a way. Something has to give here. So this is like what's happening in the first half of the week. We forget as well, Mercury is currently retrograde as well. Will be in cazimi on Sunday, so it has the ear of the king, the heart of the matter. you know, can bring a message in which, you know, can, with all these Capricorn planets, things have a chance to become established. If we're looking at changing routines in our lives, starting afresh in some area, you know, this kind of energy can really ground it, can really give it roots, if you like. Thursday we have Venus conjunct Uranus in Aries, you know, and Uranus is going to be moving into Taurus in May, of course. So this is a kind of a burst of autonomy and freedom. It's a very pioneering spirit. It's all about liberty. It's all about daring to, you know, be yourself, be your authentic self. It's again, it's a very it's an upsurge in sort of creativity in a way. But on the same day, we have Sun square Saturn. So these are almost like, you know, kind of almost again that sort of conflict in the energies there, because Sun square Saturn is about personal integrity, it's about responsibility, but it's also about burdens. It's about shouldering a burden in a way, the weight of leadership, the weight of responsibility, but it can also be a crushing defeat as well, the Sun square Saturn. So this is kind of, again, these two different sort of, this fiery, earthy quality is really coming together this week. And then on Saturday, it comes to a kind of a head at the full moon, you know, where there really is a really powerful full moon. The moon is in 1438 Libra, opposite the sun, and it's kind of square Mars-Saturn, which in one way gives that opposition a lot of focus, a lot of discipline, a lot of intention, if you like, to really change things, to make things happen. But again, you know, it's powerful opposition, and it's about maybe inwardly in our own lives how to deal with aggression, how to deal with that negative force that, you know, the energy of, you know, power and aggression and those urges that we also have within ourselves. So this is on Saturday, like a very, very intense full moon. And on the same day, we see Venus moving into Taurus. She's almost like, you know, paving the way for Uranus when the sun is in Taurus and Uranus comes into Taurus. So she's sort of moving into her sign of rulership. She is comfortable there. She's earthy. She's sensual. She's enjoys life, enjoys the simple pleasures of life. This is eating well, diet, you know, enjoying the simple things of life, and quite a placid position for Venus as long as she's not riled. But in every sign, Venus also always represents passion. So things we are passionate about, you know, can become very grounded when Venus moves into Taurus. But then on Sunday, as I say, we have the Mercury moving into cazimi, the Sun square the node, so in Leo. So it's like about the heart as well, and grounding the heart, and being prepared to burden and or to carry the responsibility, and to really put change into a focus and earth it, because that is the power of this kind of energy this week. Thank you for listening. Have a good week.